So today we're going to see if you can beat Fallout New Vegas with the Starlet's hand wraps. Whilst I was looking through different weapons and stuff to check out that aren't... how to explain this? That haven't been done to death before. I came across these. These are a cut weapon from Dead Money. They're called the Starlet's hand wraps. Really, the only Starlet you hear about is that in that DLC is Vera Keyes. Just figured I'd give myself Vera Keyes dress too. I have no idea what these things do. I know they do like 15 damage. And apparently they knock everything the fuck around. I can see why these weapons, why this weapon was cut. But I had already started the run. Got everything all set up. Figured why not. It's been a while since I've done a weird run. Gotta say, the knocking around of the enemies isn't like the normal knockdowns you get with, what's that perk? And Stay Back, I think it is. It's one of those perks. Super Slam, maybe? I think it's Super Slam, not Stay Back. Unlike that perk, when you knock something around, they all go in the same direction for some reason. And I also have no idea why it does the shock effect on them either, but maybe it would have had something to do with being able to interfere with the holograms or something. I don't know. Anyway, with that out of the way, we're just gonna blitz straight into it here. Gonna be a quick, easy, simple run. Head through Murder Pass up toward Vegas ways. I never usually stop and deal with the fire ants here in the barn. This little farm here. Mostly because most of the time when I come through here, they're too aggressive and heavy hitting for me. And I usually never have a reason to come back here beyond that. So, I was feeling a little overconfident here. Almost died more than once. Did die quite a few times from that overconfidence. Mostly because we are super squishy and yet we can still knock everything around. I didn't go and deal with any death claws in this run, but I'm fairly sure it would have had the same effect. I decided, usually like always, to head into Lonesome Road. Quick and easy way to get a bunch of caps for getting into the strip, and you can see me just ragdolling a sentry bot here. At first I thought I caused that critical meltdown. It wasn't until later on that I realized it was the robot I have with me. Because I tried to take a, what is it, plasma energy meltdown? Whatever, the one that causes energy coronas to come from critically killed enemies. Yeah, that didn't work with these. It's not surprising, they're unfinished cut weapons. Continue to ragdoll the sentry bots here. Easy enough. As you can see, it does take a little time. Another thing I've noticed, and I noticed this with Joshua Graham's pistol whipping 45, and in that the condition does not deteriorate. I know that also happens for, what do you want to call it, companion weapons to a point. So maybe these were to have been used by a hologram version of Vera Keyes as a weapon. I have no idea. Doesn't really explain anything about it on the page. Anyway, we're ragdolling marked men here, because why not? You can get them into some weird positions into the geometry. Again, I have no idea why they ragdoll everything per hit. It doesn't say anything about it anywhere either. And quite frankly, later on it gets more annoying than fun. I accidentally pissed off the gun runners, so I just figure, deal with them. First person that didn't get ragdolled right there. So we take them out, we loot everything, we're just going to sell it right back to the Vendatron outside. I don't know why the fuck I said out back. Outside anyway. We're still getting crippled like every shot. We will remedy that later on when we grow, when we get some better armor. Words are hard and it's like 90 degrees in the middle of the night. It's annoying. I decided to go deal with the Van Graffs simply because in runs where you are weapon restricted like this, I feel like taking on harsher and harsher challenges until you beat the game is fun. If you can't beat those challenges when you're overpowered, then I don't know. Anyway, take them out, loot all their shit so we can take their shit and sell it. Head inside, take all their shit so we can take it and sell it. Just one of those things. John Baptiste, whatever the fuck, out. Every one of them, easy enough. Again, we're like perpetually crippled at this point. And the other thing is, I don't know if this weapon only ragdolls on a crit, which would make this a very high crit weapon, or if this weapon is just programmed to do that. Anyway, I try to get the greeter for the Van Graffs to shoot a King's gang member, and it doesn't seem to work, even though clearly hitting him here in some spots, like right there. Clearly hitting him. Although he doesn't take any damage, as you can see. So I eventually just go over, take the guy out. Weird that I couldn't get them to aggro against each other, get crippled again there. There you go. Gone. Done. Take a shit. Head into the tops to lay waste to everything again. Mostly because at this point I'm just having fun. And since they're lightly armored, it seems to ragdoll them even more. Maybe it has to do with armor? I don't know. I don't know. Take out the rest of the chairman here. Easy enough. The 22 SMG is kind of annoying, especially with how quickly it can cripple us. And it only ever seems to be the head, which is annoying because it's the only one that has like a visual effect on the screen that can get annoying. I think Benny's dead there. I go walk away, start taking everyone else out. Last of the chairman, bum rush me. Then I have to go and finish Benny off. With a couple of VATS hits, of course. Another thing is, I guess it does double damage in VATS. Or it always crits in VATS or something. I don't know. This is like a day or so after I finished recording it that I'm going through and live narrating it here off the cuff. Because that's... one, it feels more natural to me. And two, I have no idea how I would actually write a script and read a script without it sounding robotic. And I don't much care for that monotone sounding shit anymore. And don't get me wrong, I've been told I'm monotone to begin with, but there's a difference between reading shit and then just not being overly energetic. I decided at this point I'm going to just side with Yes Man because I went into this thinking I was going to do a NCR run. That way I could, well, just be a little different than what I normally do. But for some reason, I could not get the courier for the ambassador to show up and actually tell me he wanted to talk to me. I don't know if that's supposed to happen after I talk to House, although it usually always happens after I talk to, well, after I get the Platinum Ship. Because the guy from Caesar would come and fucking annoy you, and then the guy from the NCR would come and annoy you. I don't know. It's weird. Didn't work, so I figured plan B. Sending Jane skyrocketing here. Like I said, they all seem to fly in the same direction when they're hit. Maybe that's one of the reasons why this weapon was cut. I don't know. Although in the future I am probably going to do more strange and or cut weapons as runs. Simply because, you know, everyone's done everything else to death. Maybe little known weapons, cut weapons. Maybe a weapon brought in from one of the former games. I think that'd be pretty neat. Take out the rest of the Securitrons. They're easy enough at this point. We head on out. Oh, and you may have noticed I'm not getting experience when I kill shit. The reason I'm not getting experience is because I did the news... I was going to say New Springs. Good Springs exploit. To max my character out, because if you're going to be overpowered, you got to be overpowered, you know? So, max level at this point in time. God, I love New Vegas. But we're max level at this point in time. It takes a while to do it that way, but why not? Mr. Holdout talks to us from across the fucking map. I decide he's annoying enough to die. Not realizing this pretty much sends an NCR fucking hit squad after me for some reason. Right there. I just, yeah. And here's the hit squad.
pissed yourself?
Yeah, kill one random dude selling illegal weapons on the strip. And sure, send a hit squad after a guy. Anyway, we ragged all these motherfuckers. And it gets real weird. Like, the minigun's stuck in the map and the dude's just flying about. It's kind of funny. And now the NCR hates us. Oh well. Head down to Cottonwood Cove because always my next stop. Take out Phoenix here. Again, always in the same direction, and it's really weird. Take everyone else out because Scorched Earth at this point. VATS is... I both love and hate VATS with this weapon because when you VATS in melee, you automatically get up close to your opponent. And when it sends them ragdolling a significant distance away after the first hit, you have to teleport to them to do it again. And that'll keep happening for as long as you have action points and have committed VATS shots to those action points. But yeah, no, it eventually gets to a point to where some of them are in like weird and out of the way spaces and I couldn't get to them and it just wasted my VATS action points, I should say. Laying waste to Caesar's Legion again. Which, for a weapon that... I don't know, I keep harping on the weapon here, but it's about the weapon. It's strange. I feel like this was specifically supposed to be a robotic weapon. And that maybe not ragdolling people was supposed to be part of it. Maybe it was supposed to ragdoll holograms and or put them out of commission, right? So I feel like it was maybe a type of weapon for a hologram of Vera Keyes that could have been given combat capabilities. Maybe to defend you or something during part of the gala event. Not entirely sure. Although it feels like this would be a unusable companion style weapon. It's just referred to as a cut weapon, mind you. But yes, it is quite an interesting one, as you can see by me taking out like 3 Praetorian Guard and a named... pretty much the right hand of the Legion. We loot Caesar, because I have an idea for later. We also loot Lucas, whatever the fuck. All the Praetorian Guard, really. Because I want their ballistic fists for a little plan later. Ballistic fists, strange weapon, inspired by an actual fist weapon that was used by the precursor to the CIA during World War II. I don't think it really ever got much use. You could see a video on it on Brendan Herrera's channel, the AK guy. It's pretty much just a punch 45, if memory serves me right. It's either a 45 or a 9mm. Not entirely sure which one. Been a while since I watched the video. But yeah, no, there's a plunger on the front of it. You punch someone with it, pushes the plunger back, shoots the gun off, which is neat. But like legally in the United States and whatnot, normal ballistic fist, I do believe has 2 barrels on it. And if you shoot both barrels at the same time, it's technically not legal. So it has to be staggered, one then the other. Anyway, we meet the Brotherhood, then fuck off. Because I'm not doing their quest today. Head on out. Get jumped by more NCR. Take them out. As one does. That's done. Loot them because why not? Go meet the Great Khans and then fuck off because I don't like them. And at this point, if this is your first or second time here, hope you enjoyed the video. If this is your third time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on when I post. At this point in time, I'm surprised that there's actually collision under those things, which is interesting. Go meet the boomers, and you should notice a pattern at this point. Then fuck off. Because it was like 95 degrees? And I don't have AC at this point. And yeah, no, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. So, go through, talk to yes-man. Gotta go put the chip in the substation. Nope, not chip in substation. Forgot that the white gloves and the Gamora exist this run for some reason. think it was because I was still in the mindset of doing the NCR's route that I had just forgotten all about these fucking weirdos. So we easily take care of the entirety of the White Glove Society here. You'll also notice by this point in time, I'm wearing some, what the fuck's it called? Riot armor. There you go. Not NCR Riot armor. This is Lonesome Road Riot armor. Not the advanced shit or anything like that. It's the stuff you can buy out of the commissary. I'll show you could blow up like 2 nukes, outrun the tunnelers under the whatchamacallit, and then climb up a building and get advanced riot gear. I didn't feel like going through all that. So, decided just get the basic stuff. Not like you're hurting for caps when you go into Lonesome Road anyway. Pretty much everything's worth over 500-600 caps baseline without being repaired anyway. And you can farm the marked men pretty much non-stop in the first area, Hopeville. Which is a great and easy thing to do to get caps. Take out more of the white gloves, because why not? I mean, I don't need to, but I might as well. Go and take out the Omertas because I don't fucking like these guys. And speaking of guys I do like, as of this point in time right now, as I'm recording the voiceover for this, Jabbo, guy does a bunch of stuff for Fallout, released a run that I was watching. New Vegas, but you only have 20 minutes to prepare. I haven't gotten through the whole video yet, but I like the premise of the idea. I'd even deactivate a couple of mods. Sprint mod seems like it'd be unfair for a challenge like that. Same with quick loot. Feel like that would also be unfair. Unless I give myself a stricter time limit to prepare at that point. But yeah, no, the only other thing I would not do if I were to do a run like that, which I might because it sounds fun as hell, is no hardcore mode. I don't have the time to run all across the map every single time I want to do something. I got shit to do in lifetime, right? So we head to the Dorito substation finally at this point. Kill all the NCR inside because fuck them. Install the chip, head on out, and as I'm heading out, I get this.
Mess with any of the equipment here?
The NCR cannot make up its fucking mind on whether it wants me dead or it doesn't care I exist. Guess there's no in-between with them. Anyway, we head to the dam because it's where we always have to end up. We start taking out Centurions. These assholes. Kill them dead. Short, sweet, and to the point. Easy enough to ragdoll them. And these guys are usually hard to deal with. And we're pretty much at that point there. I will toss out something else here. This video is the first video I've uploaded since YouTube contacted me about testing something. Like, don't get me wrong, there's probably a bunch of people testing this same feature too. They apparently auto-dub somehow videos, or can auto-dub videos now. So I'm gonna have it do that in a couple of languages, I guess? I don't know. I'll need to do a description and a title for each when it comes to this. So, yeah, no, I guess one of the languages is going to be like Spanish, and then like German and some other European languages, and then like Japanese for some reason. I'm not complaining. Anyway, we just beat like Atlantis' ass. Gonna take out his guard too, which just kind of stand by and watch their fucking weird god king, whatever the fuck, get beat down. We take them out. Thought I had to sneeze there. Then we equip the displacer glove, which is pretty much just a mounted loudspeaker on a... I think it's a displacer glove that's a mounted loudspeaker on a fist weapon. And then someone figured out how to turn it into a sonic weapon that you could hit people with. Anyway, we've already beat the run at this point. So I figured, let's see how much better we would have been with maxed out melee. Well, maxed out unarmored and melee with Slayer and actual weapons. So here's the ballistic fist now. Only takes like 2 or 3 right there, and he's gone. Then we take out the rest of them here. It's easy enough. Then I figure, hey, you know, why not let's redo it all one more time. Take him out with the Starlet's hand wraps. And yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas with an absurdly broken, unfinished, uncut weapon that was never meant to exist in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. You gotta have fun with what you do, you know? Can't all be, you know, Dark Souls fucking challenge runners. Anyway, I have memberships and stuff. Cheapest tier of membership gets you access to all the videos and stuff, and it's like $2. That way I feel like people are getting something back for that. Thank you to my member, Eric Hewitt. It's appreciated, man. Other people donated and whatnot, so thanks for that. I'm probably going to figure out a 20-minute run. Maybe I'll drop it down to a 15 or a 10-minute run. I don't know. 10 minutes to prepare, anyway. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep because it's like fucking 90 and it's 1:32 in the morning on a weekend. God damn. I need to get an AC.